Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I will be filming a chit chat get ready with me, and I'm really not one for long intros, so I'm just gonna say let's get started. First I'm gonna start out by clipping my bangs. Now that I have my bangs pulled back, I'm just gonna go in with my Neutrogena moisturizer. This is the night cream, not the day cream. The day cream to me smells god awful, and I know it has sunscreen in it, but I just find that whenever I wear sunscreen on my face under my makeup, it just makes my makeup look really oily, and I already have oily skin as it is, and I'm really not about that life. So I'm just gonna go in with this. Oh, and I do use the night cream at night and day. Literally the only reason I choose not to use the day cream is because I can't stand the smell and it makes me look oily. Also, do not forget to take your moisturizer down your neck so you don't get premature wrinkles. Now that I have my moisturizer on, I'm going to go in with my Nivea Men Aftershave Balm. This is the one that Nikki Tutorials did rave about. It took me a while to get on this bandwagon just because I do have such sensitive skin, and I was very worried it was going to break me out. But one day I decided to try it, and I was like, you know what, if it breaks me out, it breaks me out. My skin will get over it in like 2 days. So, and then if you're feeling a little frisky, take it on the chest too. That never hurt anyone. I'm trying to avoid putting the majority of it on my T-zone because I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish, a dollop on my chin. I'm going to concentrate more of it under my eyes just because that is where I have the most pore problems. Next thing I'm going to be going in with is my foundation. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Right now this is my most favorite foundation. I just find that it lays beautifully throughout the day, and I love foundations that at the end of like a 12-hour day or 12-hour work shift, it looks like you still just put it on. I can't stand whenever I put on foundation and within like a next hour or two it just looks so cakey and like it looks like you have foundation on. I'm just not one for that. So yeah, and I'm going in on an Artis just like their foundation brush. I like to include this step because I find that it just saves me product, because I used to put all my foundation on with my beauty blender only, and it soaked up all my product, and then it cost me more money. So yeah, so now I'm not taking any more foundation. I'm just using the foundation on my face as is, and I'm blending it out. I'm blending it into my hairline, on my nose, over my eyes. What I do like to do is, after I have evened it out with the foundation already on my face, that's when I go in with more foundation and just touch up little areas. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer. This is the Jeffree Star concealer. Everybody knows what this concealer is. I got this for Christmas, and everybody says that it is very similar to Tarte Shape Tape, and yes, they are right. The one difference that sets them apart though is Tarte Shape Tape is just a little bit more thicker, but otherwise they do have the same coverage. That's why I prefer the Jeffree Star over the Tarte Shape Tape, because to me, the thinner the product and the more coverage it has, the more natural it's gonna look on your face, in terms of it not looking like cakey, you have a lot of foundation on. It just looks like you have flawless skin. And one thing I do like to do, a good blending technique, is whenever I start out with my concealer, first I tap and I blend up into my eye, and then I take it out kind of like an upside down L. And I just find that this is a really good blending technique because the darkest part of my under eye circles is right here, like right in the corner of my eye, and so that's where I concentrate the most product. I don't concentrate a lot of product, just the most. And I'm just gonna go in with one more dot. Dot, dot, dot. Your girl's a little dry today. That's the one thing. I will like forget. No, I won't forget. I'll honestly be too lazy to go put on moisturizer before I go to bed. I'll be like, oh, it's just one day. It's just one night without putting on moisturizer. What's the worst that can happen? And I wake up and I look like a lizard. So there's a New Year's resolution to moisturize my face constantly. Sometimes what happens is after I lay my concealer down from creasing my forehead up so much, it creates lines. So next thing I'm going to do is a little bit of cream contour. What I use for my cream contour is just a naked skin concealer. I find that using a concealer over an actual cream contour kit, because I used to use the Anastasia one, it lays better throughout the day because it is a concealer and not just a cream product, and it doesn't move around on you. I'm gonna go in with just a fluffy brush. This is a It Cosmetics one, but it really just any like tapered fluffy brush like that. And then I just take it down, and then I almost just blend it like bronzer. At first it looks like a lot and it looks really scary, but once you keep blending it up, it evens out. Next thing I go in with is my Makeup Forever translucent powder. This is by far, and I have not tried the Laura Geller yet. I know, sorry, shoot me. Hopefully I can purchase that in the next week or so, because I do have a couple gift cards to Sephora from Christmas time. But out of all the translucent powders that I've tried, this is by far my favorite. And that the thinner the mill, the powder, the less cakey it's gonna look. And I know I'm using cakey a lot in this Get Ready With Me, but I hate when it looks like you have foundation on. It just looks gross. It looks like, it's like, ugh. But I just like it to look, now granted, anytime you put on foundation, it's gonna look like you're wearing foundation. But to me, oh, I need to not breathe whenever I do this. Oh, I shouldn't say cakey, because I mean, no matter what you do, it's gonna look like you're wearing foundation to a certain extent. But the thinner the milled the powder, the more natural look you're gonna go for. So for instance, very amazing powder, the Airspun, but the Makeup Forever is gonna make your foundation look more natural than an Airspun. I also used like a Bare Minerals regular powder, and that is a thicker milled powder, so there again, you're gonna be looking less natural. But you know what? If you use those two powders and it works for your skin, it works for your skin. That's just something that doesn't work for mine. So, of course, I'm gonna take the translucent powder down my neck. Next thing I'm gonna do is, while I'm letting my mini bake set, I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows. I don't see how people can like look at a faraway mirror and do their eyebrows. That's just not me, so please don't mind this little mirror that I'm holding up. I just go in and I comb all of my brow hairs up, because the first thing I do whenever I do my eyebrows is I line the underneath. Where the most structure of your brow is the bottom of your brow, and it just kind of sets the tone whenever you're drawing your brows on. So now that I have my little arch going and I kind of know where I'm heading with the brow, I'm just gonna start on the very top now, or like where my arch is gonna be, and then I'm gonna, so it's kind of like right where, so if I look at myself in the mirror, where my pupil is, I'm gonna put a little dot there so I know where to start. And then I'm just gonna take that, create an arch, and then connect it with the tail. What I used to do is outline my brow with the Brow Wiz and then go in with the brow pomade and fill it in. But then again, I found that it made my eyebrows just look more drawn on compared to whenever I fill it in with a powder. And the reason I don't use just the powder on my brows is because whenever you use just a powder, the product will move around, and whenever you go in with the Brow Wiz first and create an outline, it almost serves as a boundary that the powder cannot cross down into other parts of your face. So the powder that I use to fill in my brow is just this little, like, it's a Beautiful Brows kit. Honestly, the only reason that I have it is because I liked to use the powder, and this is when I found that this brow routine works best for me. Anastasia is a wonderful brow powder. I'm probably, once I run out of this, I'm probably going to go purchase that. It is still a dark powder and a light powder, so I'm going to go in with the dark powder on the tail of my brow. Next, I will be using the lighter powder and just using that for the front of my brow. What I like to do is dip it on the tip of my brush and then just use the tip to create hair-like strokes. Now, since I'm having a dry skin day and I look a little scaly, I'm going to just do a more natural eye. I'm going to do like a little dot of my concealer, and then I'm going to go in on a E21. This is from Morphe, and blend that out. I want to try to stay away from using a lot of product on my face, more than I usually do, because the more product you use whenever your skin is going through a little dry phase or you have some dry patches, again, it's going to cling on to those and it's just kind of look off. So then I'm just going to use that same E21, dip into my excess translucent powder, and then lightly brush it. And then all I'm going to do next is wipe away my bake with a G5 from Morphe. So I like to start kind of sweeping under my eye first, dust under my nose, dust my chin. Always whenever I'm either applying or like dusting off my bake, I like to almost either brush side to side or swipe up, because again, it just helps create a more like lifted look. And although it's just translucent powder, even whenever you're laying your foundation or anything like that, it just makes your skin look lifted, and so all the powder is being concentrated up rather than down. Now that my bake is dusted off, I'm gonna go in with, this is a Morphe brush. It came in a packet, but it's just like this is what it looks like. There's millions of other brushes out there like this. And I'm gonna also go in with my Morphe bronzer. It has been loved a lot. But I just kind of tap, tap, and brush up, tap, tap, brush up with the tapered part down, or like this. I never want to put it down like this, because then the product will be falling down on my face and making it look droopy. So I just do like that, take it on the temple, and then on the top of the forehead. For me, it really doesn't matter what product I put on my forehead, because I have bangs anyway, then it's going to be covered. But just so everything looks blended. And then, since I'm going for a more natural look today, the tip of the brush, I'm going to tap into my, I'm going to tap a couple more times. I'm going to tap it into my bronzer, and then I'm just going to like dust it lightly on the outer corners of my eye, and this will just give me a warm bronzy look. And then if you do that and you feel that too much product is on the upper part of your brow, all you have to do is go in with that same brush you used for translucent powder and dust it on the tip of your brow bone. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my setting spray. I actually learned this technique that I'm going to use from Tati Beauty. All you do is you set your face, and instead of fan drying it, you use a blow dryer, and this helps warm up the product on your skin. Try to hold it kind of away from your face, because if you hold it too close, it will burn you and it'll hurt. So now I'm just going to go and set my face. And I like to use a lot, because to me, the more setting spray, the more product soaks into your face. Now that I set all the powdered product on my face, I'm going to go in with any cream products and then I'm going to set my face again. So I do have this little cream blush. This is from Stila. I got it at TJ Maxx. Honestly, people need to start hitting up TJ Maxx for makeup because for one, you can get it at a discounted price and they always have cute little things that you normally wouldn't pick up if they were in Sephora. So it kind of forces you to try new things. And I fell in love with this little cream blush. Yeah, I just kind of like wipe my brush and I'm going in on a E48. I used to use the E3, but I found, here's the comparison between the two. But I found that whenever I use smaller brushes, it just gives me more control of the product rather than whenever I used a bigger brush, it would just look like I just like stuck blush on my face. Since it is like kind of cream and it's almost like a blush and like natural highlight, I always use this blush whenever I'm wanting a more natural look and not so blinding. Like, don't get me wrong, girl, I love a blinding highlight, but some days I just kind of like to feel natural. I want my cheeks to look like they're naturally this pink. And then again, as you notice, I am using upward tapping motions for my blush. Now, just to add a little sparkle to my day, I'm going to go in with a Stila eye glitter. This is in the shade Bronzed Belle. I'm going to use just a little bit because I'm not going for a very heavy eye look. Just like a little sparkle to hide my dry patches. And then I'm just going to go on a brush that I previously used with product on it. I know this is kind of gross, but it just kind of... I'm just gonna like blend it on my eye. I don't want to use a lot of product, so whatever excess product is on this brush is gonna help me blend that glitter in. I'm gonna go in with more setting spray just to set all the product that I previously laid on. I just turn on my blow dryer and then spray the setting spray in the pathway of the air like this. Next, I'm going to go in with eyelashes. So the three styles of lashes that I've been loving right now are the Marley's by 5D Darling. And as you can see, they're just very long and full all the way around. These right here are in the style Catalina by 5D Darling. And I use these, here, let me get rid of that glare. And I use these on my more natural days because they're shorter and they're more airy. And then I haven't tried these yet. These are the Lunas and they're almost a mixture of the Catalinas and Marley's because they have the airiness of the Catalina but the length of the Marley's. Since these lashes are a bit long, what I like to do is from the outside I will cut two of the little lash sections off, and then from the inside I will cut off one. You can do vice versa. I just find that this gives the most natural look because to me, if you cut off too much of the outside, you're not gonna have your full lashes. I'm just gonna go in with a pointed pair of tweezers. I like the pointed pair of tweezers because to me it feels like it gives more control. If a little section is off, I just go in with the point rather than the ones that are at the slant. You can go in with the point, but you still have a big honking slant. It's not even big, but compared to like whenever you're putting on lashes, you still have like a slant that's getting in the way. The lash glue that I use is just the Kiss Lash Strip adhesive. I find that this is the one that sticks all day. I used to use Duo and my lashes would always come off, or like half of it would come off, be dripping on my eye. And then before I go on to the next lash, I always wipe away the excess glue because it's really frustrating when you like perfectly lay on your lash and then there's glue on the tweezers that's stuck to it, and so it pulls the lash off of your eye. Now while I'm letting my lashes dry, I'm going to do my bottom lashes. This is the Voluminous Primer by L'Oreal. Now while that primer is drying, I'm gonna go and coat my top lashes. This is with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in Carbon Black. This is like by far my favorite mascara. I honestly believe that it beats the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced, just because, again, the wand is skinny, and so it gives you more control of where you place your mascara in the product. And what I like to do is concentrate my mascara on the root of my lash. I find that whenever I coat the whole lash, it gives it a more of a clumpier look. And whenever I concentrate it on the root, it makes the lash look more feathery. Now that lashes are on, face is beat, I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia liquid lipstick. My two favorite nude lipsticks I'm loving at the moment is my Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Crush. This is just a really good pinky nude. I have also been loving the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Celebrity Skin. This is going to be more nude than the Anastasia Crush. I will say, obviously, the Jeffree Star one smells a lot better than the Anastasia because he infuses like a root beer scent into them. I want to go more pink on my lips. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some lip gloss. This is the best lip gloss in the entire world. This is just a beauty store lip gloss. I got it for like $2 or $3. It makes your lips look so glossy, and in my opinion, it stays longer than a lip gloss from like Sephora or something you paid like 5 times the amount for. You do have to be careful though when applying this, because if you put too much, it can make your lips look goopy, and we don't want that. So now that concludes this get ready with me. Hopefully in the future it'll be a little more chit chat and I'll have something to talk about. But for now, I just want to thank everybody for watching this. This is my very first YouTube video. I'm very excited to be joining the YouTube community. If you've come thus far, thank you so much for getting ready with me. I enjoyed it. And don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. Give this video a like if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Also, make sure you click the bell so you will be notified whenever I post my videos once a week. I will be posting videos anywhere from makeup, it's like makeup sit downs like this, to vlogs, to everyday lifestyle, just things like that. And if you want to see anything else different than that, make sure you comment it down below. I just want to thank y'all so much for watching, and make sure you stay groovy. Peace out.